the kitchen's where you'd rather have your friends and family gather, you should hit the like and subscribe down below. And if filling plates and platters while maintaining flavor matters, then there's a stellar cook that you should know. It's Raine, the planet with a palate. They'll keep you fed and coming back for more. So come on, take up space. Raine will make a tasty plate and tell the diet Karens where to go. It's the planet with a palate cooking show.
Howdy, y'all. I'm gonna eat some yummy food and tell y'all a story today. So I ordered some chicken salad chick. Which chicken salad chick, I don't know if y'all have it where you live, but it's really yummy. Like really yummy. But the thing that cracks me up, already making a mess, about chicken salad chick, I got some poblano chicken soup here. Yum. Is that they know their audience so well. They know their audience so well that their logo is literally a white lady. Which, like, I love me some chicken salad. But I can't think of anything more white lady than some boiled chicken with mayonnaise. Theirs is quite good, though. And they have all, like, different flavors, you know. I mix it up which one I get. I like the fruity Fran. I like the jalapeno holly. I like the lemon basil Laura or whatever it's called. They all have white lady names too. I think the classic is called Classic Carol, which is, you know, hilarious. I also like their potato soup, but in big news, I was at the hospital earlier this week, and apparently I have a gallstone. It's not emergency, but we are scheduling surgery. And in the meantime, I have to keep my fat intake low. And this soup was lower fat than the other soup. So, I'm trying. I've done pretty well the rest of the day. It's not easy, because y'all know how I love to cook. And I found out even olive oil has like 14 grams of fat in 1 tablespoon. It's like, wow. That's good. Their pickles always slap too. So, I actually have a big thing I'm doing tonight after I eat and hang with y'all. Oh, here she is. The white lady logo. Where, okay, so y'all know, I'm sure I've talked about it a lot because he was one of my best friends for like 20 years. But my friend Star passed away last year at the end of the year near Christmas. Very sad situation. And I miss him a lot. But I've had his some of his ashes, actually, at my house that were sent to me. It was very sweet, actually. His remaining partners called me, and they told me that they were going to put me in his obit. So they listed me in his obituary as his best friend. Ooh, I'm not going to get emotional. Anyways, today's his birthday. Not by the time you see this on Sunday, but while I'm recording this on Friday, yes, it's his birthday. It's the first birthday of his that I haven't called him and sang him the New Kids on the Block happy birthday song, which, if we are close friends, you know is my go-to way to sing happy birthday. I'm gonna sing y'all a little bit of it. And also, tomorrow is my mom's birthday. But there's a lot of us. I was supposed to be speaking at his funeral, and I was able at least to record a message that was played during the funeral. But unfortunately, I was in the hospital at that time, as I had gotten an infection in my leg. So, it's been a struggle, you know. Basically, I hadn't been hospitalized in like 4 years, but as always is the case with me, and I think it's due to my PTSD, my mental health really affects my physical health. And when my mental health is not great, I'm a lot more susceptible to like infections and repeat skin infections, all this kind of stuff. I will say that all these videos I've been doing of the tarot and everything has really been helping me a lot with my mental health, to be honest. You know, as y'all know, I've experienced obscene amount of loss over the last year. There's some that I can't even talk about here because it's really just like personal, and not only just personal to me, but would, you know, be giving information about other people. So it's just not appropriate. But I've been through it. I really wasn't expecting, when I started my channel, for things to take like a nosedive in my life. You know, for so long. But I do feel that I'm coming out the other side. Even with this gallstone, you know, it sucks that I have to have a surgery. I'm not excited about that. Who would be? I love a soup and sandwich moment, by the way, y'all. This is like dipping a sandwich in soup. Is truly one of my biggest that's a happy dance moment. But yeah, I feel okay about it. I mean, obviously it's not like I'm like, woo, surgery, but I know I'll feel better after I have it done. I'm trying to do all the right things in the meantime. You know. But what I was getting at was a lot of us Star had so many friends. I mean, like, more than anyone. Like, ever. He was a very important person in a lot of different communities. And he made a lot of friends online. We met online over 20 years ago. So, yummy soup. I do like their baked potato soup a lot better. But you know, I'm trying to be good. Normally, this is a cup size. Normally, I get a bowl of the baked potato soup because it's so yummy. I can already hear the comments like, no wonder you have a gallstone with that bowl of baked potato soup. It's like, hey guys, just so you know, not only fat people get gallstones. This is so good. All right. Where was I? Oh, yes. So there are a lot of us who didn't get to, friends of Star's, who did not get to go to his memorial service. So one of the things that's like really weird is that I've had his ashes for months, many months. And they were in a box in the corner of my room, and I have been just stricken with grief and couldn't handle what to do with them, you know? Just unable to do anything. Well, this last week we had a huge tropical storm, and my bedroom flooded. They give you this little cookie. You can buy a bigger version. It's just such a basic little cookie, but it's so good. That is delicious. Yeah. So my room flooded because, listen, I'm going to tell you about the 24 hours from just HE double hockey sticks. Okay. So the first night the storm came, and it was scary. Like, there was really loud winds. There was some crashing around outside. It was raining, like just pouring onto the house. Arthur has never been a big fan of storms, you know, it always freaks him out a little, but this one was particularly loud and aggressive, and he came into my room to sleep. So I was like, yeah, you can sleep in here, it's fine. So he lays down next to me, puts his hand on my hand, little sweetie pie, and just passes right out, which I'm glad. But then I couldn't sleep because the storm was so loud, and I was like, oh, is it going to be like, you know, what's going to happen? And should someone be awake? And then finally, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that, just as I'm starting to doze off finally, there's like alarms start going off on my phone, like tornado warning, flash flood warning, this could be a life-threatening emergency. And I'm like, oh, geez. So I decide I'm going to stay up because the warning is going on until Yeah. So we're in a safe spot in my room, but just in case we needed to go even more inward to like the middle hallway of the house or something. Because where we're at in my room, there's no like windows or anything like that. We're more towards the center of the house. So I was like, we'll be okay. But I decided to stay up. So I was up till like 5 a.m. So the next day, good Lord, I know that I need to go to the hospital. Arthur has had several appointments. He had to get a bunch of stuff sorted out before he starts school. Gosh, what a pain in the butt. So the next morning I had an appointment with Arthur, and then I was going to go to the hospital so that they can image and figure out what's going on. So I kind of knew it was gallstone. Like I knew because where the placement was and just like the symptoms and everything. And I am like, listen, I'm like Dr. Google over here. I'm like, because, you know, part of my like PTSD stuff is like, you know, medical neglect and stuff. So like some of the things that I'm capable of doing and determining on my own is pretty impressive. Like all my friends usually call me if they have symptoms like, hey, what's going on with me? And I'm not a doctor, not even close, but I am usually right. And obviously I do always tell my friends, you need to see a doctor, but like, I'm pretty good at determining what symptoms mean. So the next night I'm going to bed. I've got my bag packed for the hospital. I've got Arthur all set up for his stuff he has to go do in the morning. He has an appointment with a doctor. And so I fall asleep and I wake up and I notice my floor next to my bed is kind of wet. And I'm like, what is going on? And there's like a funky smell. And I'm like, what the heck? And then I realize my whole carpet next to my bed is like wet. And I'm like, oh no, there must have been like a flood, right? So I determined where the flood came from. And yes, there was. Thankfully, everything is fixed now. But I was like, oh man, I got to deal with this. But like, there is a ton of stuff on this carpet. Like there's a dresser, there's like an end table, there's like all this stuff. And I don't have the spoons. I haven't had enough sleep. I am like, okay, well, this is just going to have to be a problem for another day. So I turn my fan on it and I'm like, maybe that'll help it dry off some and call it done. I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I open my eyes and I'm like, oh God. So what was like a minor smell, you know, had changed into like toxic freaking fumes to the point that I literally went and got a mask to deal with it. So I went and got a mask and gloves and I had to move all that furniture. As I'm moving all this stuff, I remember, oh no, my friend's box is like literally in the corner of the room where this flood came from. So I'm like, oh no. So I finally was kind of forced to deal with it and open the box and everything. The box itself had gotten wet, the cardboard, but what was inside was all perfectly in a, you know, good container and sealed up and wrapped up in bubble wrap and everything. So I am finally today dealing with my friend's cremated ashes on his birthday, which seems like the right thing to do, honestly. So it feels good. I'm also, what I was going to get to is I'm also throwing a birthday party tonight for him via Zoom for all of us who were not able to attend. Wow, this story has gone 50 billion different directions. This is the ADHD, y'all. In the middle of the night, this is 2:30 in the morning, I am moving furniture. I am rolling up a gross, like, wet rug and putting it in a giant, like, trash bag that I use to, like, collect leaves and debris and stuff outside and taking it out to the dumpster, you know, on my scooter and everything. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, okay. So now I can't go back to sleep because I'm stressed out about where is this leak coming from, whatever. So I didn't get good sleep. Then I take Arthur to his appointment. Got some not so great news, not horrible news, but not so great news about his labs. So that wasn't my favorite thing to hear. Then I go to the hospital. That's when they find a gallstone. As I'm leaving the hospital, the lady has me on a wheelchair, right? Because I'm a fall risk if I have to walk a long distance. So she has me in a wheelchair, and we're approaching the part where the doors open. And she says, if you see this, I have on my window, hold up. I have these little things, and they shine rainbow light fractals through at certain times of the day. So y'all get some of that. She dumped me out. Long story short, she dumped me out of the wheelchair. She's like, we're going to go over a bump now, and it's going to feel big. And she goes to go over the bump, but obviously, like, I'm heavy. So, like, she goes to push me, and, like, and she dumps me onto the floor. It was a whole ordeal. I was the one that got myself up off the floor because I was, like, freaking out, to be honest with you, because I just was like, I don't want anybody to look at me. I don't like people seeing me struggle. I know getting up off the floor is going to be a struggle for me. I don't want anyone's help because it's not like anyone can actually lift me. Let's be real. And I just, it was such an ordeal. So I came home from this literally like 24 hours of just what even. Yeah. And I was feeling really overwhelmed, really stressed out. And when I got home, I didn't have a panic attack though, which is like, honestly, just to give you an idea of where my mental health is at, this is a lot to deal with in one day, you know, like, but it's funny because I was talking to my friend Nate, and he was like, you know, maybe, because I was just so upset. And I was like, you know, I just feel overwhelmed. Because I got home and realized all that furniture still needed to be moved back, and I still needed to deal with, you know, figuring out where the flood came from and dealing with that. So it's just like, no, no, I'm out of spoons. How am I going to handle anything? And I start freaking out, and I start getting into my own head, because now at this point I feel not safe, because I found out that Arthur's having a minor health issue. I'm having a major health issue. I got dumped out onto the floor. That made me feel very unsafe. So I got real freaked out. But my friend Nate was like, you know, maybe all these bad things just keep happening over and over again, because here's the thing. You keep acting like, I can't do this, I can't handle it, but you can handle it. You've been handling it. You've been handling it, like, doing all the things. And that's true. Like, I've dealt with a lot over the last year, but I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm still doing the things. I'm still taking care of my kid. I'm still making time for my friends. I'm still working. I'm not just surviving either. I have a thriving garden. I have a growing business. I'm doing stuff. And so even though I keep having all these setbacks and all these trials and everything, I keep telling myself, oh God, every time it happens, you know, that something goes wrong, I'm like, I can't do this. And my friend Nate, he was like, well, maybe, just maybe, the reason that this all keeps happening is because the universe wants you to finally learn the lesson that yes, you can. You can handle it. You've been handling it. You're doing it. Like, you're stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. And I do think I needed to hear that. I did. And it helped a lot. Because he's not wrong. He really isn't. All that to say, I got this little tiny... Okay. I'm not going to be eating much of this, but it's mainly for the Zoom guests. Mainly for the Zoom guests, but I am going to have just one little slice. Let's see. Let's give it a little tasty. No one will ever know. Eat it. Eat the backside of it, and then no one knows. Yummy. But I got cool little celebration things. So we're gonna have a little Zoom party. People are excited. We're gonna celebrate our friend who we miss dearly. And I'm gonna just serenade y'all with the New Kids on the Block version of Happy Birthday while I decorate this cake and blow up some balloons, shall we? Because the party is literally like right after I finish filming this, pretty much. Okay. Woo. That's a cute little candle. Ba-bam. All right. Da 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 da. Happy birthday to you. This is your day. And on this day for you, we're gonna love you in every way. This is your day, your day. Happy birthday to you, to you, to you. This day is only for you, 'cause you're so special in every way. Happy birthday to you, you. And that is the New Kids on the Block Happy Birthday. And that is what I sing all my friends every year. So I have a cute little outfit change because we all know Star did drag. And so there was nothing that he loved more than an outfit change. But I got these cute little headbands so I can wear this to the party. Green was his favorite color and he had green hair often. One of the many things we had in common. But also, he did a Waluigi drag. And he gave me his Waluigi hat. So I will be having a costume change at some point. Oh, yes. Okay, what else did we get? We had to have some little happy birthday plates. I'm extra, I know. Ooh, making a mess. Okay, hold on. I have a trash bag here. I say it's a trash bag. It's a bag from when I ordered poke. That needs to go out. That is quite full. Okay, we've got a couple more things. We've got some balloons. Gotta have balloons in the background. We've got little blowers. So basically when everyone comes on camera, I want it to feel really festive. I got some champagne that's chilling in the other room. I can't really have a lot of alcohol right now either. So I'm just gonna have a sip, but I wanted it because we're all planning on giving toasts. So kind of like a memorial service, but more like a celebration of his life. I think this is going to be good for a lot of us who did not get to go to his memorial service. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. I got these sparkler candles. Well, we got to throw those on there for sure. Got chocolate on me. I'm not complaining. Ooh. I think using this many of the sparkler candles would maybe be too much. I'm just gonna put like a few in the back here. Let's do a couple of the orange ones. A couple of the pink ones. I'm so extra. I'm gonna light this whole place on fire. Not actually. Knock on wood. Take that out. A blue one. And of course we got to add a couple of green ones because as I mentioned, that was his favorite color. I'm not going to light all of those, but it looks cute. I'll light a couple of them. I think all of those would be way too much. That cake would be going crazy. So, let's get those out of the way here. I love a good sparkler cake moment, especially on a video chat. So for my birthday every year, I do video chats. Yeah, I had to get some of those. So we will. I just want it to look really festive, like when everyone shows, you know? Just very like, yay, happy birthday. So let's blow up some balloons. And then I'm just gonna set the balloons up behind me, maybe. Hold on. We need to. Let's make a little surface for the balloons. I love blowing up balloons. It's festive. We used to keep balloons. Yeah, when the kids were little, especially when Tyler was little, we had a lot more time, free time back then. And we used to do a lot of really silly things around our house. We were always doing some weird festive kind of stuff where we like would just have balloons in the house and people would be like, what's up with all these balloons? And we'd be like, these are our everyday balloons. And one time we filled, so I cleaned, we had a huge tub, like a, what's it called? A garden tub. Gosh, I miss having that tub. I lived in that thing, let me tell you. I was a true mer person when I had that garden tub. But yeah, we had a big tub. And so I washed it really, really, really good. And I filled it up with popcorn. And I told Tyler when he came home that I had a tub of popcorn waiting for him. What he was expecting, you know, a tub of popcorn. But me being extra, he should have known. I had a full tub full of popcorn. So he got in the tub and like ate some popcorn and we hung out. It was really fun. I mean, I had a huge mess to clean afterwards, but totally worth it. And then also when he was little, one time he was over at his grandma's house and he was coming back and I had figured out how to play. I play a little bit of ukulele. Star was magic on the ukulele, truly. And so was Jermaine. Like they both were just so like super talented with that. I never really learned how to play well, but I do play a little bit. And I learned how to play the Steven Universe theme song. And so like right when he got out of the elevator, me and his little brother and his dad are all standing there and I've got the ukulele, you know, and we just start singing, we are the crystal gems, we always save the day, and if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in garnet, amethyst, and pearl, and Steven! Yeah, so, you know, wacky and whimsical stuff. Always. We love to keep it weird around here. Not like MAGA weird, okay? Speaking of MAGA weird. Did y'all see this person who got Trump tattooed on her forehead? Like, very beautiful young girl got Trump, all capital letters, all the way across her forehead. But they're not a cult. Ugh. And yes, I'm talking about political stuff. And hey, if you support people who don't support LGBTQ rights, that's cool. Do you, but I'm going to also do me. And I am going to talk about the fact that no one should be supporting Trump, y'all. Just straight up no. It's not even just like, I mean, I know that, like, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Because I could go on a long political rant. I'm very interested in politics, and have been for the majority of my life. Look at these balloons. It's looking so cute. Yeah. Mainly just because I'm a person that has always seen injustice and wanted it to change. And maybe that's because I'm LGBT, but I think before I had even accepted that or dealt with that at all, I felt the same way, you know. I just want people to be treated fairly. And equally, because we all matter. We all should be equal. No matter someone's race or religion or body size, sexuality, none of it. None of that should matter in terms of how a person is being treated. Woo! Lord. Okay, I'm making a mess here. But it does matter. It absolutely does. Like, for example, one of the things I learned this week is that there is not a single CT scan in all of Tampa Bay that can give me the scan that I need because of my size, which I do realize that I am extraordinarily large. But there are hospitals, a lot of hospitals in this area that have entire bariatric wings. Entire bariatric wings. But those bariatric wings are used for one purpose only, and that is bariatric surgery. So while there's entire wings of hospitals dedicated to bariatric care, the only kind of medical care that they want to give fat people is weight loss surgery. And that's just the truth. When I was pregnant with Arthur, I was a lot smaller then, but I was still very fat. And my doctor opted out of treating me. Because even though I'd had a perfectly successful pregnancy before, and all my labs were good, I was fat. And so he felt that made me a high-risk pregnancy, and I had to go to a specialized clinic where I had to wait for hours and hours at a time and was seen by pretty much a different person every single time. It's very uncool. Anyways, no matter a person's size, no matter a person's gender, like, can we please let women make decisions for their own bodies? You know, no matter someone's, you know, abilities or disabilities, all human beings are equally deserving of respect. Except for maybe me. Did you see that? I just literally made... All human beings are deserving of respect, and then this just blows air in my face. That was classic. So at this point, y'all, I'm really just rambling. Thanks for joining me while I tell you my story of my insane 24 hours that was horrible, and while I blow up balloons, and while I tell you stories about my friend, and sing you songs, and eat a meal. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to go get this party started. Hey! All right, I love y'all so much. Hope you have a fabulous week. And I'll see you next week. And I'm probably going to make up something yummy. But I have been toying around in the kitchen with some new recipes and stuff. Wait a minute. Can't forget to tell my Planeteer of the Week. So the Planeteer of the Week this week is Ann Allison 5610, who commented that she has had knee surgery this week. So I am sending you all the healing energy and love, and I am wishing you a very speedy recovery. You are the Planeteer of the Week. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting, and thanks for being here and subscribing and watching my videos. I love y'all so much. I feel like I was saying something else. And then I was like, oh, but I gotta do the Planeteer of the Week. Yes, I was talking about new recipes. However, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I've been toying around with some new recipes because obviously I have to eat very low fat right now. And so I've been working some magic in the kitchen and doing my kitchen witching. And next week I'm going to try to come back with assuming I'm not in surgery, I'm going to try to come back with a new recipe for y'all. So look forward to a healthy recipe next week. I love you all so much, and I hope you have the best week. Thanks for joining me while I blabber on about all the things. Bye.
It's the Planet with a Palate Cooking Show.